Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A. As you see a tarot cloth in front of me, you know it's time for me to kick some game to y'all for the month of March. These are your general readings for the month of March. Before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, check out your moon and or rising sign, which I will have linked down below in the description box. While you were down there in that description box, go on and check out all them other links that I have and watch them videos. Got a lot of stuff popping up for March. Although it was February, we did end February with the Virgo full moon, which we move into March with that energy. We'll have the Pisces new moon at some point during this month. I don't know what day because I'm not looking at the calendar. What else? I got March love tarot readings for you guys as well. And whatever else is down there, go on and check it out. I truly appreciate y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe while you at it. Hit that little bell to keep up with when I put out new content, okay? This is going to be your typical 4-card spread for the month of March, looking at the overall energy for you this month, any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing. And because we are dealing with Pisces energy for most of March, going to be looking at where you need to just flow, what you need to let happen during this month. And as always, a quick little soul message. I will be reading with the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle deck, True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck, and the Sigil Oracle deck. For those of y'all that really like the cards and are interested in them decks, you can find them online wherever. I ain't got the links down there because I'm not an Amazon affiliate, so they don't pay me to plug these decks. So those are the names if you want them, okay? Alrighty guys, let's get into your spread. This video is for Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. Let's get into your messages. The first card that I have coming up for you guys is in the position of the overall energy for you, and you've got the animal. I'm going to be doing that to y'all for the whole spread, so just know that. You have the animal in the position of your overall energy, okay? And what I get right off bat is literally that energy. Like, there is just this bubbling and boiling of Libra. You wanting to break out of your britches and just do something. I don't know, but I feel like you're ready for something. Before I get into the messages with this card, I want to talk a little bit about the numerology first. You have 19 here, and so 19 breaks down to 10. 1 plus 9 is 10, which breaks down to 1 amplified by 0. So what I get off bat with the numerology, like I just said, is that Libra, you're ready for something. You're ready for a change. You're ready to be doing something different, or you're ready for something to look a little different. And with the animal card here, there is this notion of this instinct of you being pulled to your deepest desires, to the things that you know you're meant to be doing. It's almost, the best way that I can put it is that, you know, my beliefs are we set up our lives before we get here, that our souls decide who we're going to mix and mingle with, what we're going to do with them mixing and minglings, and the types of places and spaces that we're going to be in, the trials and tribulations that we're going to be working throughout this physical life that we have right now, right? And so what I get for you, Libra, during the month of March is that there is this tugging notion that is kind of making you feel like I'm supposed to be doing something different. My life is supposed to look a certain way, and you're feeling that way because that is your natural instinct, and that is you being pulled and called to your calling. And when people say, oh, your calling, we think that they're talking about jobs or like, you know, your career path. But when I say that, I'm talking about whatever your little soul set yourself up for in this lifetime. So your calling might be to meet somebody. Your calling might be to do some sort of charitable work with somebody at a certain point in time. Your calling might be to work a certain job or be in a certain career at a certain point of time. But whatever the calling is, you're in the space now to where you feel like I haven't quite tapped into it, but it's calling me, and I'm on the receiving end, and I'm picking up the phone, hey, but there's a little bit of static. The connection is kind of bad. Is kind of what I'm getting, or that the connection's been kind of bad, and you've been trying to pick up the phone, and you were like, hey, hello, hello, hello. And Libra, the energy that I get for this month is that on the other end of that phone, somebody's voice is actually finally going to break through. You are finally going to be in a space this month to where you at least can have the communication. And when I say communication, I'm talking about more so on a spiritual level in regards to this card. We're using this as an analogy, using the phone call as an analogy here. This month, you're going to get into the point to where you might still be like, hello, you're breaking up, hello, can't hear you. But what you will notice is that the phone actually connects and that you can hear a little something on the other end. And it might be a little choppy for a little bit, or it might be quite crystal clear. But I will say that you'll get through during this month. The animal energy here does tell me that you guys you're feeling very, and I don't want to use this word in a bad sense, but you're feeling very aggressive in regards to your dreams and your goals and your desires. I just get the sense that Libra, you're not necessarily happy with how life is looking. And not to say that life isn't looking good, but I get the sense that Libra, you're feeling like there's more to this. Like there's something else to this, or there's something different here that could be done that would make things work way better. And when you start to feel like that again, that's because your energy is being called, you're being pulled to make some changes. And where you're being pulled to make changes during the month of March is literally into your own spaces and into your own. Let me just cut that off there. You're being pulled and called to come into your own, and the initiative process is during the month of March. And so that is why your energy is so intense. It's why you're so like, you're just jumping and rocking and shaking. You just wait and you're like, okay, come on. And you guys are also cardinal. And so with that being said, Libra, if you already feel the instance and feel the notion of, oh, I'm being pulled to my calling, but it's not playing out as quickly as you want it to, you will rock with a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of impatience. Keep it cute. Just keep it cute. But understand that this is now the time to make moves. This is not the time to just be all in your little Libra head and all that little air energy, but this is the time to animal out and do what you got to do to find yourself in these spaces, in these places where you are in alignment with those things and those notions that you truly desire and that you know your soul, your spirit is being called to start to interact with. The next card that I have coming up for you, Libras, is in the position of your crossing energy. So challenges and obstacles that you may be facing, which you probably will be facing during this month, okay? And you've got the Eight of Wands. And so the Eight of Wands is typically a card that I kind of like to rock with in my readings, but you guys got this in a crossing position, okay? And so the first thing that I get with this card, when we pull the Eight of Wands in reverse, there is this notion of a little bit of depression and a little bit of anxiety. So Libra, right off bat, and listen, y'all know I keep it very real with y'all. I know I've been fussing at y'all for months in your spreads. I want to say maybe going back to like maybe October, possibly maybe a little bit before that. But I have been in every spread that I do for you guys. I get this feeling, and if you watch my videos, you know, depending on where I feel the feelings in my body, that points to the energy. And so I get this feeling. And where it is now is kind of in between my heart chakra and my throat chakra. It's in my thymus chakra. And so there is this sense of, I feel like I just need to tell you, closed mouths don't get fed, and that nothing happens without action, and avoidance does not provide solutions. And I don't know what that could apply to for y'all, but I just feel like y'all needed to hear that. And I just, you know, this is a Wands card. This is a fire card, okay? And the Eight of Wands comes with an intellectual energy, and it also comes with the energy of needing to make moves on a well thought out plan. This card in a crossing position tells me that Libra, a lot of y'all are just being very Libra on your shadow sides and thinking that just by thinking of changes that you want to happen, that things are going to change. And that is not how it works. You're very intellectual, but y'all are also air. So y'all be like, oh, I'm manifesting, I'm meditating, and things are going to change. And sorry to break it to you, Libra babies, but that is not how it works. Like, yeah, your thoughts and your words and the energy that you put out into the world, yes, they have the power to manifest, but understand that that is more so when we're talking about negative things. Those things happen very quickly when you think and you speak those things into existence. When you're trying to come into positive change and trying to shift your life and trying to change your life, You can't just meditate. You can't just manifest. You can't just write things down and walk around with stones. You have to make moves. And so this 8 of Wands card being in a crossing position does tell me that, Libra, you might be being a little lazy. Y'all might really just be like, no, but I'm praying and I'm manifesting and I listen to my meditations and I'm good. I got this. I'm Gucci. No. I'm gonna just keep it very real with y'all. If you think that's what's gonna happen, y'all gonna come back to your spread next month and I'm gonna be fussing at you again. So turn this 8 of Wands into an upright position to support the animal. You need to get into this space of, these are where my desires are. These are where my goals are. And this is the path that I'm taking to get there, because this is my instinct. I know that I'm called to this. I know that this was written for me. Turn this 8 of Wands into an upright position and think of a plan, not a manifestation plan. Think of an action plan. This is a fire card. So this is action. This is doing. This is not just intellect. You got a little bit of intellect there, but you see this? That person, this man, this head, this mannequin head. This head is this mannequin head. He has thoughts. But the thing is, he don't just got thoughts. He's using his thoughts to project them and turn them into reality. And by projecting his thoughts, he's making little shooting stars and he's all illuminated. And I don't know what the 9 of Wands looks like in this deck, but I could tell you, moving past the 8 of Wands, his little sticks are going to be planting little seeds in other spaces in his life. So Libra, you cannot just think things are going to change. You have to will them to change yourself. And when I say will, I'm not just talking about on a spiritual level. I mean, you need to do some work. You cannot just be air during this time, okay? And I'm going to stop fussing at y'all on that note, because I know I be coming at y'all's heads. I don't apologize, because y'all need these messages. And keeping it real is providing the insight that will hopefully help you maneuver through this month. The next card that I have coming up for you guys in your spread, Libra, is the 6 of Wands. And I'm actually happy to see this here after just fussing at y'all about how y'all need to make more moves. So the 6 of Wands is a card of victory. This is a card of, and I like to read the 6s, especially after the 5 cards, because y'all know the 5 cards and most of my readings are all shit cards. So when you pull a 6 card, it's like, oh, you've overcome the density and that stagnancy and that heaviness of the 5 card that was before. You actually went through the motions to tackle the change associated with the energy of the number 5 to bring yourself into the number 6 and build upon these foundations that you have manifested, okay? Not to say stop manifesting. I know I was telling y'all don't just manifest, but with the 6 of Wands popping up here, this tells me that, Libra, you might have a little, I don't want to say a change of heart, but like a little spark or something during the month of March. I want to say probably after we come out of the Mercury retrograde shadow and probably when we hit cardinal Aries season. Your cardinal energy. So anytime we come into these cardinal times, this is when cardinal signs start to get it shaking and moving, okay? So as we come into the springtime, as we come into cardinal Aries, as we come into, you know, these new spaces and new places, I get the sense that, Libra, especially anything that you have been worried about, that has been weighing heavy on you, that has been bothering you, that you've been feeling like you're having a little bit of a hard time maneuvering, you'll be able to overcome that. This is the 6 of Wands is literally a card of overcoming your challenges and creating victory by way of that. So during the month of March, I think it is very important for you to remember, Libra, that you have to stay out of your head. You get to only be there to make plans, and then all you have in your spread is fire. You have fire and earth, literally fire and earth. You got the animal Muladhara, which is the root chakra, which I associate with earth and grounding, and then you got 2 fire cards. So it's all about action and doing and physicality and making these foundations solid in your waking life, okay? So for the 6 of Wands, you guys, things are going to be shifting for you this month. I don't know in which way, but for those of y'all that are still here in the video, you done thought about some sort of situation. And so whatever situation you've been thinking about that made this video resonate, things are going to start looking a little different for you in regards to that during this month. I also, because this is in the position of just flowing, just allowing life's currents to lead you, when the 6 of Wands pops up in a spread, especially when there are kind of heavy cards around it, and you don't necessarily have heavy cards, but because I've been reading y'all's cards for some months, for some years now, I can tell you that you need to rock with a little bit more optimism. I also have a couple of Libras in my life that I am very close with. My grandmother's a Libra and one of my best friends is a Libra. And I can tell y'all, when y'all get into your heads, into your moods, you get into this space where you just, it's like, woe is me, and you don't have the motivation to change things. And there's this notion for self-pity, and then you guys want everybody to feel bad for you. And I hate to break this to you, but I had to have this conversation with a different friend who was not a Libra yesterday, but I had to tell him, you know, you're going through things, and as harsh as it sounds, nobody cares. And not to say that people don't really care, but to say, I'm saying that to say, you know, you can't depend upon external sources and other people to bring you into these positive spaces and these positive places. So the Six of Wands is saying that you need to rock with a little bit more optimism during this month. Now is where we get to go back into, okay, you can manifest and you can get into your thoughts. Think positively. Think in large term, on a grandiose scale. Think good things. And then while you thinking them good things, make good moves, okay? Not to say that we don't care about what you're going through, but I had to kick game to my friend so that he could understand. I was like, you got to come out of this self-pity and bring yourself into a more positive space so that you can do the things that you need to do. Understand that you don't get to tap into this animal energy if you over here sad, and if you over here just thinking things are going to change. You only get to tap into and align with that animal energy if you have the notion that you are meant for it and that you will come into alignment with it, and that you actually have a plan that you work on, okay? Six of Wands for the month of March, telling you, Libra, be a little bit more positive and understand that things are getting ready to shift for the better. Things are going to look a lot better for you than they have looked in these past few months. Last card that I have coming up in your spread, Libra, is in the position of the soul message, and you've got Muladhara, which is the root chakra. This is the root chakra, and the message here is, I believe it might be very brief. You need to get grounded, and you need to get grounded in the things that you want to see transpire for yourself. Libra, you are air, and so this is true to a lot of air signs. It is very easy for you guys to lose your footing and to just be blowing in the wind. And when you tend to blow in the wind, all you're thinking about is how crazy and chaotic that is. You're not thinking about touching down on ground again, because you know you have the means to keep blowing around up there because you're air, right? So with this Muladhara card popping up here, there is this message of, Libra, there are things that you need to do. There are habits that you need to shift, perspectives that you need to work on, and then you need to ground yourself in these things that you have shifted, in these perspectives that you have shifted, okay? This is going to be a month in which I would definitely suggest, Libra, to do some grounding work. And that could mean, and listen, you got the animal card here. Literally, you need to get out in nature. That may really help you ground. Take a hike, go for a walk, we're coming into the springtime, go put your feet in some grass. If you live somewhere where it's warm, go to the beach, stand in the sand, you know, put some sand in your, not in your toes, but like put your toes in the sand. Do not put sand in any part of your body. Just go stand in it, okay? But you have messages here that say that you need to reconnect with nature, and you need to and that reconnecting with nature, grounding yourself, will actually help you progress in terms of making moves, okay? You want to have a solid foundation before you get started on this stuff. And this is your soul message. This is to say you've got a lot of work coming up here. And it's positive work, but you've got a lot. You also have wands on the higher side of the scale. You got a 6 and you got an 8. So this is to say, like, this is not baby work. This is not a little itty bitty, I'm going to do a piece here, I'm going to do a piece there. You have work coming in, Libra, and you are going to be shaking and moving. And in order for you to do that, you have to make sure that you are grounded. And you know why? Because you got to be grounded to do the work to get yourself into what? The animal energy. I want to put the little Muppet. I want to put the Muppet on y'all's thumbnail, but I'm probably going to forget. So just know that the thought is there, okay? The intention is there. Libra, March might look a little interesting for you, but try to stay grounded. If you can, carry, and I did say this, don't just carry around stones, but all of these things are components. Bring them all together. Carry around some root chakra stones. Wear some root chakra jewelry. I actually sell root chakra jewelry. This is a brow chakra bracelet, but I do have root chakra waist beads. I have root chakra bracelets, root chakra custom pendants. If you want some root chakra jewelry, go on and head over to my Etsy shop. You can find it on there. Also, look for some root chakra stones, any black, brown, or red stones, and carry them around, or put them in your purse, or put them in your pocket on the day-to-day. Make sure you're cleansing them regularly if you're going to wear them around like that, carry them around like that. But do some things to ground yourself. Put some sandalwood some cedar wood or some other type of root chakra essential oil on your little temple, or on the balls of your feet, or on the bottoms of your feet, or on your wrist, just depending. It's all about intention. Do what you want to do, but intend for the root chakra to be balanced and strengthened during this month, because you need a solid foundation. You need to have your feet firmly planted in order for you to make these wands moves, and in order for you to get into this energy that is calling you to it. And those are your messages for the month of March. I hope that they found you well. If you feel like you want your own personal reading, you can feel free to book one with me. I have my Etsy shop linked down below. I offer several different types of tarot spreads. I'm pretty sure I have something that you're looking for. If you don't see a spread on my Etsy shop that works for you, shoot me an email and we can work it out, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, like I said, I hope these messages find you well and help you maneuver through the month as you need to. I appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all next time. Happy spring. Peace.